Becky Crine, and it's Wellness Wednesday, where I pop into your computer and talk about tips and tricks for living your best life. This series originally, I had the idea of being in my Pilates studio and talking about stretches and foam roller moves and things to make you feel better. But the more I thought about it, I realized that really the most important thing I've done for myself over 40 is work on the muscle up here in the skull, my brain and my mindset and my productivity. And so I wanted to jump in today and share with you my top life hack for success. What has worked for me? And I tell you, I learned this the hard way. Do you ever find yourself struggling with time? There's never enough time. You just can't seem to get all the things done. You get lost on TikTok for hours. You're kind of feel like you're stuck on that hamster wheel, or you're just feeling maybe flustered or unfocused or unscattered. Well, I have to say, I have been there many a time in my life because I am a professional procrastinator. I don't even like to say the word. I'm really good at being busy and working, but I'm often not focusing on the most important things in my business, right? Especially as a mom, it's so easy to get stuck in those 47 emails from the school, those sorts of things. But I was really not focusing on my business. I was still having oodles of success, and I was really proud of the fact that I worked good under pressure. So when the month end would come in and I had goals I wanted to meet, I would just buckle in and work crazy hours and always meet my goals. And, from the outside looking in, I was having huge success. But that was playing a toll on me because I was working such big periods of crazy focused action, but then I'd be tired and I would take 3 or 4 days off to kind of regroup. And that was leading to inconsistency in my business. And it was also leading to a lack of belief in myself, that inconsistency. So I don't encourage, if that's you, if you're a professional procrastinator, there is a better way. And I had heard of this before and I tried it and it didn't always work because I wasn't being true to myself. What you need is your very own personal to you DMO. So a DMO refers to your daily method of operation. How are you going to do a day? How are you going to do life? And I do find it's most effective if there's a DMO for all 365 days of the year. Saturdays and Sundays as well. What does that look like? Because if you have goals, whether it be personal or business, you really do need to be setting intentional action every day. So, what is a DMO? Well, it's simply, like I say, a way of taking what you do and organizing it. But what are the most important things that you do in a day? In business, what are the things that actually make a profit? Because you need to pay the bills at the end of the day. What things will create actions that are congruent with your goals? That's what's going to go on your DMO. Because over the long term, success really comes from the repetition of the small actions that we do every day. Like I said, I was having huge success by doing these giant periods of work, but it was inconsistent. And so, as I've actually slowed down to speed up, so to speak, taken a really good look at what I need to do and set smaller action goals in every day, I'm having more success. But more importantly, I'm living a more joy filled life, which is, I think, what we all need to do. Because when you have a DMO, it sets you up for success. You find a state of flow. You find a state of rhythm. You're not as reactive to all the things that happen in life because there are lots of obstacles in our life. I've had some things just in the past week in my life. I've had to make a trip to Saskatchewan that, didn't know was going to happen. I've got some sick kids. Previous to having a DMO, that probably would have really set me off kilter. I would have kind of gotten behind. But because I knew what my DMO was, and I also knew what my minimum daily activities were, my non-negotiables for my business and for my life, I was able to face those obstacles with much more ease. So I really want to start to move into a state of flow. In Pilates, we call it fluidity, right? Effortless effort. So what are you going to put on there? Like I said, again, your most important activities. What do you need to move your needle forward? And that might be even more important for those of you that work at home like I do, because there's so many distractions. I can look over there and see that laundry basket, or I can look that way and see there's a few dishes in the kitchen. And I can create a story in my mind that I need to go do those things, but they aren't the most important things. So, especially if you're working from home, I think a DMO is super important. So, with business, for example, it might be, I mean, in this day and age, you've probably got to make a post on social media. Every day I have to follow up with my customers. One of the key things that goes on my DMO every single day is planning for the next day. The more I can plan out a week ahead, a month ahead, 3 months ahead, and work into that proactive state rather than reactive, the more flow I can find, the more rhythm, the more I'm then able to be present with my family. Because when we're on the hamster wheel and things are coming at us, we're only ever kind of half doing anything. We're like, yeah, listening to the kids or reading an email as we're on a Zoom, guilty of all of those things, right? So you want to be present and live a more joy-filled life. And I think there's just such beauty in waking up in the morning and knowing exactly what you're going to do to move the needle forward that day on your business. And really, like I said, it's easier to navigate those unknowns and to build confidence in yourself, because the most important person that you need to impress, first and foremost, is yourself. And when you know that you have superpowers in you, then you can just shine those to the world. So, I would love to know, drop in the comments if you're committed to putting a DMO into your life. Daily method of operation can make such a huge difference in everyone's world. And if there's someone that you think could, you know, be benefited, I guess that's what I'm looking for from watching this video, then shoot this over to them. Give them a share, because I would love to help anyone make their day just a little bit better. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let's get out there and live our best life. Bye-bye.